What's up, everyone? I'm here with mixing engineer Billy Bush. He works, of course, with Garbage, also Foster the People, Neon Trees, Jake Bug, amazing new artist from Rick Rubin. Billy, first time you're with us at NAMM, welcome.
Oh, thank you very much. Glad to be here.
So you just got done doing an open mix session, demonstrated sort of what you're doing on a mix, which plugins you're using. Can you go over a little bit, for the viewers at home, what you talked about?
Yeah, I just kind of basically talked about how I approach mixing a vocal, getting a vocal sound in a very short period of time, and how I use different elements of different reverbs to create space, how I use the S1 imager to create width, how I use the L1 to bring real authority to the vocal sound, and then how I do a final sort of polish to the vocals with the C6 and with the RS56 EQ.
The RS56 in particular, we know you guys really seem to dig the Abbey Road stuff. What characteristics of those plugins, why do you like them?
I like them because they're really musical. Like the fact that they're Abbey Road, I mean, the historical significance aside, which is very interesting and very cool, they're just, like the thought process behind the EQ is very unique. Like it's a very musical EQ. Like every frequency makes sense with the way Western music is designed. So it's like you crank one thing up and you're like, oh, they picked this frequency because that's where the kick drum is. They picked that frequency because that's where the vocal cut is. They picked that frequency because that's where the shimmer of the cymbals are. And for me, it's, the fact it's a recreation of a historical thing is nice, but to me, it's a very modern tool to me because you've got the ability to do things in the mid-side field, which I find very interesting. And to me, to create a three-dimensional mix requires you a lot of times to have to do different things to the mids, to the middle of the sound field than you do to the sides. Because you want your mid to be really solid and hard now, particularly in electronic music, like the kick drum, the foundation, the middle of the track has got to be really solid. And the only space you have to really kind of do more sort of detail work is on the sides. So to be able to create an EQ that allows you to EQ the sides a little differently from the mids, focus the mids, create width, I think is really kind of a modern sort of twist on something which obviously was a great idea back in the 50s when they designed it.
Now I want to talk for a second about Garbage, because for you, Garbage, it's not just a mixing credit. You have a really great relationship with Butch Vig. You've been with the band for a while. Can you tell us a little more about that?
Yeah, and I'm also married to the singer.
That helps.
So yeah, I mean, it's something I've been a part of for 15 years now, and it's great because for me, it allows me to be creative as well. It's not just, a lot of times I'll get a track to mix or an artist I'm producing, and they're creative in a different way. For me, it's like sonically, there's no question about like, go wherever you want to with something sonically. We don't want it to sound like a guitar. We don't want it to sound like a drum. We want it to sound different and unique. And for me, that's something I find really kind of fun and exciting to do. As a result, like we've had a long career, it's going on the 20th anniversary of the first record, and we're in the process of making a new record as well. So it's been a fun process for me to learn from somebody like Butch, who's got such a depth of knowledge about recording, about production, and about music, and working with people who are very open to trying new things. Like they're not set into like, this is my guitar sound, it needs to sound like this. They're like, what can we do to make it sound unique and different? They're on a constant quest to find a way to make something new and unique.
Finally, I just want to ask about the new products that we got here at NAMM. Have you had a chance to check anything out that we've released recently?
Keeping with the Abbey Road tangent, like the J37 is one of my favorite sort of tape emulation things. I really, really enjoy how you guys have managed to capture the sound and the particularities of that machine that make it, that bring all the sort of like randomness that using a tape machine does to a modern context. Like I like the fact that when you use tracks 2 and 3, the left and right are a little different, like they would be on a tape machine. No matter how well you calibrated it, it's always a little different, comes back a little different, which I love.
All right, well, you're mixing records for Butch Vig, Rick Rubin. You must be doing something right. We are thrilled to have you here with us at NAMM. Thank you very much. Billy Bush, everybody.
Thank you, guys.